The New England Patriots just made this interesting move. Let's talk about it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots. On the daily, pushing out that content for people just like you who can't get enough Patriots football, win or lose. We're pushing out videos on a daily basis. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like, and comment below. So today what we're going to be talking about, the New England Patriots, too often have been making some moves when it comes to the offense. So we're going to be jumping into that as well. You know, when you're losing, a lot of things point to the draft. So we're going to be talking about a potential draft prospect that the Patriots could be eyeing, possibly should be eyeing. So we'll talk about that as well. Former Patriot player potentially getting a start this Sunday. Let's jump into it. So that being said, where has been the most change on this team? You could say, sure, the quarterback has been changed, the wide receivers have been changed here and there, but the biggest change has been on the offensive line. They have switched up that five-man rotation so many times it would make your head spin. Now, they're doing something again. What they're going to be doing is they're going to be sending Mike and Wenu to left guard as opposed to right guard. Now, they've been doing this, and Wenu, we know, started originally at tackle, was then put in the interior. He does a much better job as an interior offensive lineman. So moving from the left side to the right side, the other guard play, Michael Judon, has played somewhat rough the past couple weeks. Layden Robinson has had his hiccups as well. Sidy Sow, once a starter, now kind of benched for Michael Judon and Robinson. So there's just a lot of questions in place of what's going on at this guard position. You could say, well, shoot, Aaron, what about the tackle position? Yeah, that too, for sure. But the nice thing about Mike Wenu, we know he is the best offensive lineman on this line. He got a pretty sweet contract from the New England Patriots, and one of the big reasons why is because, one, he's good. Two, he is very, very versatile. So again, if they make this move to left guard, then you would have Ben Brown at center. And then at that right guard, the big question would be, is that going to be Robinson? Is that going to be Judon? Is that going to be Sidy Sow? Who is going to fill in? Taking those first team reps was Robinson, so it would be interesting to see moving forward what they're going to do there. Comment below, what do you think just about this whole change? Again, the offensive line, it literally has just been a carousel of movement. I don't even know the word you would use for it, but it's just been very inconsistent. It's moved around. Okorafor is left. It's just been, honestly, I did not, of all the positions on this team, I did not think it would be this crazy. But there has been a lot of movement. Again, Michael Wenu, I think, he's one of those type of guys, hey, put me where you need me. And so I think this will be good for the Patriots. Granted, they can have someone at that left or at that right guard position that can play better. So again, comment below, tell me what you think about this. And we'll see what happens come Sunday against the Bears. Other news, with any team, when you look at the kind of decline in the season, you start to get your hope on the draft and how you can acquire people that are going to help your team improve. Now, the biggest thing, just like we talked about, offensive line. I feel like that's first and foremost has to be something that is figured out. A lot of people have said Travis Hunter again at a number one pick. He's a generational talent. But again, is that someone that if they were to get, is he going to immediately help the Patriots? Sure, but what position are you going to play him at? You're going to play him at cornerback? You're going to play him at wide receiver? He's not going to be playing both ways in the NFL. So the question becomes, if the Patriots were to get that number one pick, would they trade out and try to get a situation where they could get more higher picks? So maybe a top 10 pick and maybe something else, maybe a future pick, who knows? But when it comes down to it, a very interesting thing too is now you look at Matthew Judon gone. You look at Uche, I'm not saying it was Matthew Judon, but again, gone. You have Keon White, but what other edge rushers are there? Wise has done better, but we got to understand that he's getting older. There needs to be an elite pass rusher. That's key. So Abdul Carter out of Penn State, junior, absolute dog. So elite get off the force depth when it comes to opposing blockers, can win through opponent's chest plate, has experience in space and pressure, track down the ball carriers in fringe areas. He's versatile, high productive, immensely talented, in just now scratching the surface of what he could be down the road. We look at the Big Ten Conference, and we have seen elite after elite pass rusher come out of there. We look at the Bosa's, we look at the Watts, we look at Aiden Hutchinson. There have been a lot of elite pass rushers to come out of that conference. So the question would be, is Carter a possibility to be one of those next elite pass rushers? I think it's a possibility. Now, the draft is plenty time away, and so there's still a lot of question, but I think it begs the question, besides offensive line, what's next on the docket for the New England Patriots? Yes, it's best player available. I can always, in most aspects, agree with that depending on the position. Again, quarterback is not needed. Running back, I don't think that's something we need to talk about. Tight end right now, something we don't need to talk about. So offensive line, and then edge is key. So I just think it's interesting. If you watch college football, if you watch Penn State at all, they've only lost one game. That was Ohio State. And so it'd just be interesting to, keep your eyes on them. See what happens. So that is a little draft talk. And as well, last but not least, we're talking just a tad bit about your boy Mac Jones, Mac Daddy, down in Jacksonville, projected to be the starting quarterback this Sunday. Trevor Lawrence is dealing with a shoulder injury. Apparently, I did not realize this, contemplating surgery on that shoulder. So Mac Jones would be the person who steps in. Now, what's interesting with this is, a lot of people are like, look at Mac Jones in the preseason. Grain of salt, it was preseason. So now really being tested, being able to go out there and play. They're hosting the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota Vikings are desperately in need of a win after losing to the Lions and being on a downward trend. So it'll be interesting to see how Mac Jones does. Again, I don't know. I think the Vikings are coming for vengeance. They want to finally win a game, and I think they have this opportunity here against Mac Jones in the Jacksonville Jaguars. Comment below. Tell me what you think. Again, he could surprise everyone. It could be one of those deals where he is, hey, I want to really up my trade capital if the Jaguars, because apparently it was rumored for a while that he was going to be traded. So if he does really well, that make him look really good, potentially get traded, get another starting role somewhere else. Again, I don't see that necessarily as happening, but you never know. And we're just talking about him because obviously he used to play for the New England Patriots. So comment below. Tell me what you think about that. The Wenu situation, the offensive line, and Abdul Carter for Penn State, the edge rusher, and maybe some other under-the-radar players in college right now that you would like to see the Patriots look at. Comment below. Again, on your way out, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We'll talk later. Peace.